Sabah everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I have for you an unboxing and initial impressions of the Gear Fit 2 Pro. Now this was announced a few weeks ago at IFA and it was made available for pre-order right after, and it was delivered to me last night, so I'm very happy to have this in the house. Also, because of the pre-order, you were able to pick up actually a pair of UFlex headphones, so those were included for free, about $80 value with the actual pre-order. So I always love doing these pre-orders with Samsung. They include a lot of nice bonuses. Let's go ahead and check them out, see how the actual combo works together, because you're supposed to be able to use them together. Also, does this justify an upgrade from the Gear Fit 2? This is TK. Let's check them out. The boxes are very simple. We have the Gear Fit 2 Pro. A large one is the one I picked up for myself, and then the UFlex were given out as a bonus, a free bonus when you pre-ordered the Gear Fit 2. So I'm not sure how long this is going to be, but if you're able to get in on this, it's actually not a bad deal. They're about $80 separately, and to get them with the Gear Fit 2, it's very nice. First thing you'll notice that we now have a water resistance up to 50 meters, 5 atmospheres. GPS activity tracking built in, automatic heart rate tracking, which is different than the one we had the Gear Fit 2. Now we're actually able to do continuous heart rate monitoring. Now this will impact batteries, just be aware of that. And of course, smart notifications, which means that you're going to be able to get your notifications from your device directly sent into your Gear Fit 2 Pro. And here we are. We have some instruction manuals that are included here. The watch or the sports band is right there. As I mentioned, this is the Gear Fit 2 Pro. This is something that they did redesign this year, and that's the strap that's right out of the box that you notice. If you looked at it from the front from the beginning, you may not notice a big difference from last year, as they're still using the 1.5-inch display, AMOLED display on the front, but the band material changed. This is the stock one that comes with it. They finally listened to a lot of the people's complaint. With the Gear Fit 2, they were having a lot of problems where the band would actually just snap off and the actual tracker falls off. So people were losing them, people were not happy with it. But now they finally fixed it, and now we have a regular watch band. So you can able to put it on, strap it in, and then you're not going to have a problem. It's not going to fall out of your hand. One of the other differences we'll notice from last year to this year is we still have the 2 pins to charge it. Those are the charging pins, and it comes with its own dock. We actually have now 3 sensors in the middle where we only used to have 2 from last year. So definitely an upgrade there. And the wristbands themselves are still interchangeable, so you just need to pull and you can remove them, and you're supposed to be able to pick up, there are also some aftermarket ones that you can pick up for yourself to be able to use with your Gear Fit. Putting it on is very simple. It's on, vibrates, and of course it says Gear Fit 2 Pro by Samsung. The last thing that we get here, and actually it's very simple as far as a box, is the charging dock, not a charging brick. And you'll notice there's 4 pins in here, and it's intended to be basically for charging your Gear Fit in any position. So as you put it in both positions, it is magnetic. It will hold the Gear Fit 2 Pro and it won't fall off. But also it connects on this side. So if you get it at night and you're wanting to charge it, you put it on, you put it in. These are flexible. One of the word flex here essentially is that the band in the back is not a rigid band as some of the other over the neck headphones. They're very flexible and very intended to be bended, as well as the earpieces are very nice. So you have flexible neckband design, dual speaker design, improved Bluetooth connectivity with compatible devices, so the S8, S8 Plus, and the Note 8. Splash resistant coating, which essentially means it just splash resistant. If you're sweating, it's going to be fine. Somebody just spills water over it, that's fine. Just wipe it off, you'll be good. But don't try to go swimming with it. Don't try to be in water in it. It's not intended for that. Active key initiation for assistant. You can use an active key, which essentially is using it to either initiate Bixby or to use, let's say, your own application or some of the other custom ones that they have. The Level app will be the management application for it on your device. The battery life is rated to be 9 hours of talk time, 10 hours of playtime, and 250 hours of standby time. And here we are. Again, as I mentioned to you guys, what we have in the box is a USB charging cable, 3 different ear tips, the small, medium, and large, as well as the headphones, and of course the earpiece. Charging cable, as I mentioned, and the different ear tips and some instruction manuals that we're probably never going to read. It does charge via micro USB, so the cable in here is a micro USB, a USB Type A to micro USB. But let's go ahead and take out the Level. So the headphones themselves come wrapped here in some plastic. Let's take them out. Just remove the plastic pieces, and here you are. The earpieces actually are dangling. They do not retract back into the unit. They just sit right there. They are magnetized, as you guys saw right there. And they are made out of plastic. This is not a metal connector. They're in-ear headphones, so you're going to be getting that type of an experience. We do have a right and left ear indicator, and I think they have these small tips installed, and we'll have to replace those. On the unit itself, we have a play and pause on the right ear, volume up and down, as well as the power on, power off button and Bluetooth pairing. On the left arm, all we have is that action button that I mentioned to you guys. Now by default, it's set up to turn Bixby on. So if you have a Samsung device, this is automatically going to turn Bixby. If you're using it with any other Android device, you can pre-program this to other functions, and we'll get into that. Compared to some of the other trackers around the market that are usually just either small and thin, they do come with a display, touch display, and you're able to basically configure them in the way where they give you a heart rate tracking, step counting, and all of that. It doesn't come close to the size of the Gear Fit 2, and I'll show you guys what I mean. You're getting a much bigger 1.5-inch display, AMOLED, super bright, very nice display that you're able to interface with via touch, and you see how responsive it is. Once we selected language, it's asking us to install the Gear Manager. Currently, I'm using this with the Gear S3 Frontier Edition here with T-Mobile, but again, this will work with both of them at the same time. So what I need to do is here, click 3 dots, say connect new gear. It's going to look for the next one. Is here Gear Fit 2 Pro FF21. I'll click that, and we're supposed to get a vibration on both ends. So you notice it says let's pair it up, pair passkey, I'll say okay, and we're already connected, and it's setting up the watch itself. It's giving us a warning message right now saying if I want to send or receive text messages using my Gear Fit 2 Pro, I need to disable Textra as my default text messaging application and convert it over to Samsung messaging. So I'm going to say I understand, and I'm going to say cancel. I don't want to change it right now, as I don't really want to send text messages from here, even though this is possible. So we're here, show only while gear is being worn. You can turn on different notifications. So you have Instagram, missed call, Hangout, Google, Gmail, email notification. Say next from here. And I'll give it, and it's going to go ahead and complete the installation. Setup is complete, and my Gear Fit 2 Pro is now ready to be used. As you notice, we have 49% battery life, storage about 2 gigs free from the 4 gigs of internal storage, so that's a little bit disappointing. It's advertised to have 4 gigs, but out of the 4 gigs, we only have 2 out of the box. We're supposed to have 512 megabytes of RAM, 198 of that is used, 281 are free. So just interesting, and we do have the ability of downloading different watch faces, compatibility with S Health. So when you click open S Health, it's going to sync up and it's going to connect. Now it says data and steps are being gathered from the Gear S3, and then you're able to switch it once it's done completing this pairing process. Settings, watch faces, notification, application organization. You can organize where the applications are sitting. Set up music to gear or send music to gear. You can sync some music files from your phone directly here. It also does support Spotify offline playback, so that's something that's going to be nice. Find My Gear. Gear Connection has that one functionality that I loved about the S3 Frontier, where if you're in a home situation, and let's say you're both your device and your gear are connected to the same Wi-Fi or over the internet, you're able to get your notifications wirelessly. I find this very, very functional. The only thing, again, make sure that your device and your Gear Fit 2 Pro is connected. And of course, quick messages for response, S Health, and then Samsung apps and about gear. You'll notice right away, I mean, even though with all this light, you're still able to use it. So I'm going to say here, let's get started. So if we swipe from the right, we go into other notifications or other apps. Swiping from the left takes us back. Swiping from the left one more time gives us the access to the notifications. So when we hit the back button, we go home. There's 2 buttons here. There's a back and home. And as a swipe down from the top gives you access to the toggles, the quick toggles on the thing. Swipe back down gives you back home. And then you've got it. Press home key, and then that's the home key, and we're pretty much set. Press home key again to go back, and we're done. You're nearly ready. Cover the screen to turn it off. That's it. The interface is, again, very, very simple. Swiping to the right gives you access to all the different applications. Pressing and holding on them can give you access to be able to either remove them or add new ones if you scroll all the way. And you can add a new watch face. Back button will go back home. So we have 2 buttons here, the back and the home button. And again, it's pretty much simple. Swiping from the bottom, we have nothing in at this point. Swiping in from the top gives us access to those toggles. The brightness level right now is at 7, and tap the icon to turn on outdoor mode when we're not trying to turn on outdoor mode. Do not disturb music player, as well as, I'm not sure what this one means. Turn on water lock mode. This turns off the touch screen. Okay, so this is, again, if you're trying to go swimming or you're going to be in a position where you want to have much better water resistance, you can turn this one on, but by default it's not on. And then of course you have your battery percentage, 48%, Bluetooth connectivity, and the status of that. Overall, very nice. Let's see what other watch faces we have. We can stylize different ones, and then different ones that are already installed. Very similar to the ones we've had like before. Okay, so you can change the different colors on it, and then just this basically about the only stylizing option on it. Clicking the home button one more time takes you into the options where you have your music player, the speedo on. This is for MyFitnessPal, UA record. and mind map running. All of these things are preloaded, 24-hour log, and that just shows you the last 24-hour log of your activity. Pressing it again takes you home. We have floors, heart rate. Together, be able to be, play against, compete with somebody else's performance, water tracking, stopwatch, schedule, weather. All of these things are pretty much what you would expect. And as far as settings, display, vibration, device connection, screen lock, power saving option, profile, health nudges if you want them to basically remind you every 20-30 minutes to move, or every hour, I think. Workout detection, auto HR is what I wanted to check out. And you are able to basically say the frequency as much you want to say, or you can say always. And it does mention here that it will impact battery life, as you actually would expect that. I'm going to keep it off for now. Gear information, and connect to a new phone if you want to reset it. Now, pairing is pretty simple. Just turn it on using the button on the top and then flick it towards the Bluetooth, and you're pretty much set. Once you have that on, connect it to your device, and you're going to be able to manage it using the UFlex app. You'll see a battery level telling you how much percentage you have left, notification. The active configuration right now is set to use to Bixby. So if I use this button right here, it should, and it's asking me which one it's want to automatically turn on. So by default, I can actually select Bixby, or I can keep it to Google Now. I'm not going to configure it right now. You can go to S-Health, clock, timer, voice recorder, or the clock tells you exactly what time it is, and then you can customize a different app if you want. Additional settings for volume monitor, manage notifications, of which notifications come through here. Overall initial impression of the headphones, they sound pretty good, and they're pretty comfortable to have around the neck. Of course, if you have any collar shirt, this will fit very nicely under it. As far as the Gear Fit 2 Pro, I like the fact that it's definitely a better strap, the continuous heart rate monitoring, the nice little bump in spec as far as the measurement, and you'll be able to go into up to basically 5 atmospheres, and you can go swimming with this, where it's going to start tracking your swimming ability and all new activities and new functionalities. So overall, definitely a very nice first impression. Very happy with the package, as well as the free UFlex headphones. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and what you'd like for me to make sure to cover during the full review within the next couple of weeks. This is TK. Thank you very much for the support. Like and subscribe as usual, and I'll see you guys in the next video.